Hi, Rusty Wright, born in Saltine, California, raised in Morgan City, Louisiana. Came to Morgan City in 1972, right after commercial diving school. Got here on a Wednesday and we all went to work on Thursday. It was a busy time for us. I learned so much from the divers that were in the business at that time, such as Sonny Freeman that's here, Paul Tedder that's not here. There's so many, Don Larson, Don Weber, Benny York, just so many people that taught me what I learned and kept me safe. I got all 10 fingers and 10 toes, so I'm still doing good there.
Tell me a cool story. Tell me a story about something you thought was interesting.
My favorite continental diving story is this. I was on a job as a lead tender. I was working for Don Weber. He was the supervisor on the job. I think we were installing a riser during the winter for Pennzoil off of a Petrocom barge. And it was real rough. We started hurting people. When I pulled Jerry Goshi out of the water unconscious, I went to Don Weber after we got Jerry stabilized and told Don I was dragging up. I thought it was too unsafe and I'm going home. And I thought I just retired from the industry. Anyway, I caught the next crew boat home, went into the office. They asked, what's up? I told them, in continental diving, Don Weber, nobody ever held that against me. They all said I was smart to do that. They wish they would have done something sooner. So that told me just how important or how valued safety is, even back in the early 70s, but how many times it was ignored. Because that job was pushing the edge and it was way, way too much. I would say, listen, do the schoolwork, learn about the tables, learn about the physics, learn about the details of how that affects you, pay attention to the rules and regulations. But the most important part is when you start in the industry, find somebody that will be your mentor, that'll teach you what they've learned. If they're in the business one day longer than you, that's more than when you were in there. But if you can find someone that's a lead diver type that you can hook up with and follow in their footsteps and pay attention, and that's how I succeeded. And I was in the business for 25 years, half of that in the water, half of that in the office. That was all the wisdom I had. Words of wisdom. Oh, geez. Words of wisdom. Be generous and be grateful. If you stay grateful throughout your life, you'll always be happy. You can be grateful. Every storm has a silver lining, every cloud has a silver lining. Always be grateful and always be generous. When you give, you get it back. You get it back multiplied by millions. Again, Rusty Wright, grew up here in Morgan City. Started as a tender here in Morgan City, worked for a pretty big handful of companies. Broke out as a diver for continental diving. Worked for them for 10 straight years, which was very rewarding. I learned a lot. I transferred into the office with S&H diving, where I became an estimator. Was my first office job. I quit going offshore and took a job for $35,000 a year, which I thought was crazy cheap. But that was actually the right thing to do. I got into operations, became a general manager, operations manager for Sonat Subsea, a general manager for Martech, vice president for American Oilfield Divers. Worked my way up, and in the 1997 downturn, I quit and went to work for the Department of Interior, the Minerals Management Service here. We regulated the Gulf of Mexico and spent 20 years with the feds. So a very rounded enjoyable career. A few years ago, I had this idea to build a monument to oil field divers, and 3 years later, here we are. The second unveiling, that we didn't unveil anything, but the first oil field divers rally, and we're getting ready for the second one, April 25th, 2025, right here in Morgan City. We'll do it again, and I hope to see you. So come on down.